We're going to find out if Truthear Nova has created what they promised, a sub-$200 IEM that hits the Harman Target Curve. But how do you know that my pair of Novas is going to sound the same as another pair? I specifically did not review the new Critical Dusks because of significant variances in production quality. So after I sent my dad shopping for the Novas, I did a little research. Looking at the graph by Giz Audio, the deviation between the right and left is excellent. This is also true of all the nearly 20 different tests done on SquigLink of the Novas. It speaks highly of Truthear's manufacturing tolerances. So rest assured, if you decide to buy the Novas after this video, your pair will sound like my pair. But remember, I'll always have a bigger pair. So when my dad came back from the store with the Novas, I started unboxing while he mowed the lawn. And don't leave any comments feeling bad for the old man. The lawnmower is like a motorized walker. Now for the really important but boring stuff. IEMs go in your ear, and the way they fit, the length of the nozzle, the circumference of the nozzle, means you have to very carefully pick out the ear tips you use. Shara strongly recommended the foam ear tips for the Novas, which I bought extra pairs and used in my testing. I did try a few other ear tips that came in the box, but the foam tips fit better. The memory foam created an excellent seal, and the bass response was better with the foam tips. That said, foam tips are far from audiophile. They just look and feel cheap. Sure, the smartasses will comment, "They're in your ear. No one is going to see them." But that's not what audiophilia is all about. Audiophilia is knowing that your ear tips cost more than your IEMs, thus requiring better IEMs, and the circle can continue. Now, the Novas were made for people who want to hit the Harman Target Curve, a very racist curve, as I proved some time ago, and I'll put the link in the video in the top left-hand corner for anyone who thinks differently and wants to be proven wrong. And as my loyal subscribers know, I'm not a fan of the Harman Target Curve. I feel it takes a bit too much slam away from snare drums and other instruments in the 200 to 800 hertz range. So unlike my other reviews, this isn't going to be about what I like. It's going to be about how close Truthear came to making the Novas sound for the purpose they were created. Sure, they give their own target curve on the back of the box, but those measurements are taken with their equipment, and as we just discussed, fit matters more than anything else. If they don't fit you the way they fit the measuring equipment, they're not going to sound the same. No, I didn't just diss on IEM measurements, but anyone who knows IEMs knows fit is king. I did start off with my favorite ear tips that I discovered after watching Camify's review, link I'll put above. While I absolutely love these ear tips, Shara was right. Using the foam ear tips if you want to hit that target curve with accentuated bass that the Harman curve demands. Note, I prefer the sound with the other ear tips that take a bit off the deep bass, but that's not what the Novas are all about. Once I got the fit down, I turned on 250 hours of pink noise to break them in. Helmholtz is not a fan of pink noise. He prefers break-in sounds that go to 50,000 hertz. There is so much more than a frequency curve to understand how an IEM will do. Does it distort at higher volumes? Does the frequency curve seem to change at different volume levels? And how is the generic chord that came with the IEMs? I must say, I really like these Truthear chords. They don't get tangled. And that alone would put it at the top of my list. But it also has the extra 6 inches that so many cards are missing. The cinch stays in place. Well, and it has markings for left and right, though they're black on black, so it's a bit hard to see. Style and design, well, that's up to you. I like simple things like my Nomos watch. That is not a knock on all the vain and full of themselves Rolex owners. Here's a look at the Truthears. And here's where things get interesting. At $119 on Amazon, you would expect some compromises, with distortion at much higher volume levels, but Truthear did a remarkable job keeping distortion in check. Bass never gets smeared when these are pushed. Bish's bass-heavy organ track, Closer to God, showed off why people love the Harman Target Curves. The Novas never had an issue playing loud and low. Sibilance was non-existent, using Rebecca Pidgeon's Spanish Harlem as the ultimate test track. Note, I don't use Bish here because she doesn't sing, so I don't have a good Bish track for sibilance. For male vocals, something else Bish doesn't do, I pushed the Novas with Isaac Gracie's awesome melodic track, Reverie. The Novas faded away, leaving Gracie's amazing voice perfectly balanced between my ears. Now back to Bish. Hard-hitting pop-like song, Essential Trip of Here-ness, the Novas could lull you into thinking you were at the recording session. Notice no cable. I couldn't throw a track at these Novas they couldn't handle, so I threw Helmholtz at them. Honestly, the only thing the Novas can't do is what no IEM can, thump you with under 50 hertz that shakes your seat. You're going to need real speakers for that trick. Now we're talking about a product that does exactly what it's set out to do. It might not be perfect bottle of wine, but I can't knock a product that does exactly what they set out to do. They hit the Harman Target Curve. So the Novas are getting a coveted Cabernet Sauvignon, and not just any cab, but a 2021 Schaefer 1.5. It costs almost as much as the Novas. Pairing simply must be a prime rib cooked to an internal temperature of 115 degrees with a mushroom au poivre sauce served with roasted Brussels sprouts. Now, before someone comments that I left out the marinating of the prime rib in a garlic butter sauce overnight, that's because I would like the Novas to be a little bit less plasticky on the shell, a little smaller, and a little bit classier looking. Now, after that rating, you would think I now own my reference IEMs. But you're wrong. I just don't love this target curve, even with the other ear tips. They're just a little bit too much bass for me. I'm keeping them for now, as EQ isn't difficult due to their low distortion, but I'm still searching for the perfect IEM. Will Truthear reach out to me to do a collaboration? Only time will tell. Like, subscribe, and ensure you're getting notifications so you don't miss out on the next Scientific Audiophile video. Thanks for watching. You are looking at all the names in our Wheel of Fortune for the Aries winner, and we are going to spin the wheel. When the winner is selected, that person needs to email me at thescientificaudiophile@gmail.com. I will then give that person a short code. They need to edit their comment, and if that's really you, I will get your address and mail you the Aries 8 SWs. So let's find out who is the winner. Oh, Carmine DeSantos 6746, send me an email to thescientificaudiophile@gmail.com.